welcome to another writer's review with Hayley and Sam. Today we will all be a bit different with Crosby, the not-so-snappy crocodile, written by Joanne Moore and illustrated by Michelle Gamel.
The other crocs, they tease Crosby, are unkind every day. They laugh and make fun of him and won't let him play.
Crosby may be different, but now he feels free. He has embraced his true self. Isn't that how life should be? You always choose the quotes that are the hook of the book as well.
I know, I think I do. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, okay, so what is the hook of the book? Because when I start reading it, you understand it's going somewhere, but there's that part of you that's going, this is a lovely, kind, happy crocodile. What could possibly be the problem here? And then you reach that quote, about him not fitting in and how then the other crocodiles are mean to him. And this is what this is all about.
My quote is actually the outcome of the book. My favorite quote.
Yeah. And we've done this before. Yeah. Well, I went for that one because when I read it, I thought, oh gosh, yeah, that really sums it up for me.
It does. Because being different wouldn't be a problem if it wouldn't cause problems.
That is really what we're exploring, isn't it? Is that we wouldn't need to explore difference in a way if it didn't cause people to treat us badly.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
So we've summed up the whole book and the whole topic. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Yeah, so general chat, I suppose. We've done the hook of the book.
Oh, I know where to start. Being different has two sides. The one side is we want to be accepted for being different, but on the other hand, are we always accepting others for being different? I always like to challenge myself because I don't want to treat others how I don't want to be treated. I try to question myself. Am I allowing others to be how they want to be, whether I approve of it or not?
Yeah, it is. And I think within the constraints of what we're doing, we're not going to be able to fully explore that, are we? But it's a fascinating question. Because obviously there is a point at which it wouldn't be right. But I think broadly speaking, we could say that what we're talking about here is difference that doesn't cause anybody any harm.
Yeah.
Crosby is a lovely crocodile. He's not doing anybody any harm, and yet he's still bullied.
Yeah.
We're looking at those situations as opposed to situations where it wouldn't be right to accept the difference because it is causing other people harm.
How it truly affects others is always, for me, like a standard I want to go by. Whatever I do not want to harm others. But if they, for example, cringe and feel cringy about something I do, that's not really harming them,
Yeah.
But of course, if I do something and people really get hurt, then this would not be something I would want to be okay.
There's so much in the press at the moment, isn't it? It's a very live topic. We can't use difference as an excuse for poor behavior.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way I speak might be quite direct, but if I'm actually hurting somebody, even that, if that's just psychologically because I'm too blunt, then I have a degree of responsibility.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's important is with what intention are you doing this? Just to blow out your opinion about something? Opinions are not facts. Opinions are a mindset. But if you do something because you truly from your heart want to express this and others do not approve of it, that's a bit different. But if I say, I don't like your face because of this and this and this, this is only opinion. It doesn't have anything to do with being authentic or being honest. Why do you say that? What does it matter if you like someone or not just by, let's say, their looks? Because looks don't really harm anyone. Behavior, it's a bit different, but looks doesn't harm anyone. So why do you have to make your opinion about other people's looks public?
I think it becomes about our values, doesn't it? And I value kindness.
Yes.
So I find myself sometimes stuck in this place of trying to decide whether what I'm doing is from a place of kindness, which sits with my values, or whether I'm actually just trying to please somebody else because I
Yes.
feel threatened by them or I'm sort of worried about their responses. I need to really think carefully about what value is informing what I'm doing.
Yes, it's a very healthy approach, also a very aware approach. For me, this is one of the bases of all my behavior. As much as I can, I always try to be as aware of my reasons, my intentions, and then my behavior as much as I can. I don't always manage to do that, but I really try and I really want to do that. I think this is one thing everybody could try to do a bit more, being a bit more aware of really underlying intentions. As you said, does it come from kindness and love? My worry, does it come from kindness or from love, or does it come from fear of being threatened? Yes. Oh, we should have a podcast where we should talk
Honestly,
like 2 hours.
we could talk about this for hours, couldn't we? I mean, it's like a 101, isn't it? It's like it's a simple exploration. It starts on that journey of exploring difference and the bullying, shaming that we sometimes get in response to being different, and actually how that impacts us. Crosby tries to fit in. He
He
tries to
does.
be like the other crocodiles, but actually it doesn't work. Yeah, he tries to
Yeah.
hide. He sort of swims off down the river on
Yeah.
his own. That's what we sort of do. We try and fit in terms of autism, we would talk about masking, trying to be like everybody else.
Yeah. I think this is understandable because we as humans, we crave this connection. But maybe sometimes, as Crosby does, he swims away. It's not that he hasn't tried to solve his situation, but it wasn't solvable because the others just didn't understand him. So he changed his environment, his surroundings. He went somewhere else, not to escape, but to not be suppressed. And for him, that worked. He changed his life basically to become more himself. And in the end, it was brave to do that because he left his family. We don't want to spoil the book, but of course the book is going to end in a good way and he's going to be happy. Of course, it's a kid's book and it's about being different, how being different is something good. So we're not going to spoil anything here. It does involve being truly yourself, does involve courage.
Yes, it does. And I did think Crosby was a very remarkable crocodile.
Yes.
And he finds other animals who really value him for just who he is. He finds that they're proud of him and he's proud of himself. That absolutely is the sort of antidote to the shame that he's felt in response to the treatment that he's had. And I do think that for a lot of people who are mistreated and bullied or shamed because they're different in some way, it can be really difficult to manage that or heal it. I know, yeah, you can spend your entire life trying to change yourself to fit in. It feels safe.
Yeah.
Because to swim away from your group is courageous. It's also potentially unsafe, isn't it? We want to belong, we want to be part of the group.
Yeah.
So we do our best to fit in. And that's what I see. People who've spent a long time trying to change themselves to fit in or to try and hide in some way, which is the other sort of idea of masking, is that it's a hiding, isn't it?
Yes.
And, typically as therapists, we would think of it as a survival response. I mean, hopefully you would eventually be able to discover that who you are is something to be proud of and can be accepted.
I have a few post-it notes. Mostly it's questions. Do you know how it feels to be different?
So we're into questions and confessions now.
Maybe, but I have a lot of questions. Do you want to hear all my questions first?
Go on, tell me your questions.
So that was one, of course. which is kind of an intro question, isn't it? And I think this is more for the questions and confessions. Did you ever change to fit in?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know whether whether we're going to include any of this, but it's like it is really difficult because
Yeah.
I'm a late identified autistic. So I've known my entire life what it's like to be different. I've spent a lot of my life doing things to try and fit in.
I used to have social anxiety. I felt like hiding because of the judgment of others. I'm a very emotional person. I'm very intense in my communication. It doesn't show that much. I have that especially in romantic relationships. I communicate a bit different. So that's why I was hiding. As you said, that's kind of masking too, because I didn't want to show what I really felt, basically, who I really am, because I do feel those intense feelings and I do want to express them, but people don't understand it because oh my god, it's too much, you're too much, not in a bad way. I'm just very, very intense, as in when you read a novel from, I don't know, maybe from Kafka or letters from Kafka, I'm more like this and not like, that shallow, everything's perfect. I'm not like that. I'm Kafka, or Dostoevsky. So
I completely get that, 100%. That intensity, I think, is probably something we share. Yeah.
Yes, it took me, I can't even say years, it took me decades to find myself, because I always knew how I was and how I wanted to be, but I felt wrong for that. But now, what totally helped me was I found out or realized that I'm not a bad person. I do not mean anyone any harm. That doesn't mean I don't hurt people. That's a different thing. But I'm a good person. I intend well. I want to do good. But not pleasing others. That's not being good. Trying to please others all the time is not being good. That's what got mixed up in my head. And since I realized the difference between this, I'm like,
Yeah, you sound just like me. And then that's exactly it, isn't it? That because of so many interactions in which we feel like we're not good enough, or we don't belong, or we feel rejected, then we develop a sense of shame. And we can say that, shame is a sense of there's something wrong with me.
yes, totally.
So that's what we carry with ourselves. There's something wrong with me. I need to hide. I need to try and be different. I am so with you in that sort of sense of coming to understand a felt sense in yourself of, but actually I am a good person. This is from my point of view, it's like people might not necessarily like me because I can be quite intense, okay? Or that combination of too much and not enough. I think that's what it's been for me.
Yes.
But I know that I'm a good person. I want to do good things. I want to help people. And sort of that's what Crosby does in a way. Yeah. He wants to do good things. Yeah, he wants to express himself and do good things. And he gets that sense of himself that he's okay as he is. And it's amazing, isn't it? Because it's, again, this is exactly what we're saying. This is just a simple little book, and it very eloquently and very simply describes this sort of sense of difference and the result of being different.
Yeah.
And actually look at the conversations that it can lead to.
Yes, totally. You see, it doesn't need like a huge book.
No.
It just needs some carefree little stories to be told that people can relate to. And that's why kids' books are so wonderful. It's such a carefree and sweet way they can relay such heavy or difficult topics. And where to start best as with kids.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. And because this is obviously aimed at really young children.
Yes.
It's starting a journey, it's starting a process of thinking about difference and bringing all of the really important elements together.
Yeah. Oh, how cute.
Because he really does look really happy.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I just love
sweet.
that illustration.
I think it's also interesting for the book to portray this story with a crocodile, obviously, because we consider crocodiles to be dangerous, but Crosby isn't He's a warm-hearted crocodile. So he's like completely the opposite of what you consider to be a crocodile, a wild animal. So it's actually chosen perfectly.